Hey everybody, Coach Askin. And today guys, I'm here with another anime review. And this anime review is to Fate Extra Last Encore Episode 5, guys. And before I get into it, I decided to no longer review 7 Deadly Sins. I'm just going to watch it like I usually do. When it comes to a lot of my anime, I decided to no longer review it because not keeping it up very well. Keeping up with Fate Extra, reason I'm doing that. But I'm not going to unfortunately keep reviewing 7 Deadly Sins. I'm just saying that right now. So, unfortunately, I gave up on that. Even though I'm trying not to do that. But anyway, hey guys. So yeah, we're here to do a Fate Extra Episode 5 review. So anyway, let's get into the review of Fate Extra Last Encore Episode 5. So guys, in this episode of Fate Extra Last Encore, first up we found out the reason behind the old man from last episode, the Master of Archer, who we now know the true identity of, known as Robin Hood, which I was right. He looked like Robin Hood. I remember I said Robin Hood. He looked like Robin Hood, and he seemed like Robin Hood, and I was correct. It was Robin Hood because I obviously knew. I knew Robin Hood was a servant in the Fate series. I think I remember I said that in my review. Like I said, it's been a while. I'm not very good at fully remembering. But I do remember I did mention that he looked like Robin Hood, and I hypothesized he was Robin Hood, and I was correct. He was Robin Hood. So we found out Archer, he's Robin Hood. So that is quite interesting to learn about that. Now, the reason behind this master, Robin Hood's master, the old man, we found out that he's actually a master that lost previously in a battle 2,000 years ago. Because if you guys remember correct, it's actually the year 3020? Year 3020? I might be wrong. I might be wrong about the full date, but I do remember it said around there, 3021. It's around that time. I mentioned how long it's been. It's been like 2,000 goddamn years since Hanako and Nero found that out that it's been like 2,000 goddamn years, and they've been asleep for 2,000 goddamn years. So they're wondering like, what the hell was going on? Like they're wondering what the hell's going on. But we found out 2,000 years ago, this old man, he unfortunately lost in a battle between a master and servant, and he's supposed to have died. He's supposed to have died, but some reason he got given a second chance. But not really a second chance, because the thing is, one of the rules of the Holy Grail War, if you lost in a battle, you should have died. You should have died, you cannot ascend, and the main reason why he kept on fighting, supposed to be because he should be able to ascend, because his main wish is to, looks like to be reunited with his wife. His main wish was to reunite with his wife that he lost tragically for a long time, looks like it. And that's the main reason why he was fighting. But then then after he died, he got revived. He got revived as a NPC technically, or not NPC, a floor boss enemy. You can say he's a floor boss enemy. You can pretty much say that because obviously every master Holocaust fight is technically a floor boss. But pretty much for 2,000 years. Which he also realized that Shinji, he must have been the floor master. His floor must have been the floor master for 2,000 years as well. So he finally realized the situation. Fully realized the situation Shinji was in. Even though I still don't like Shinji, but I will say that Shinji did get redemption, and also now finding out it's been 2,000 years. I can see why Shinji went cuckoo, and same with this master here. The reason why he went cuckoo. Because the main reason why they were like this, is because we found out the moon cells, or the Seraph, as a Seraph is a machine, it doesn't understand the meaning of human life or human motion properly. So because of that, it looks like Seraph is the reason why they're revived, why they're alive. They're the reason why this is the reason. Seraph is the reason why they're alive. But the thing is, we found that the Seraph was discarding the human emotions of the humans. And remember that big pit that Hanako was in? That pit, like Hanako got put into, that is where the pit was, where the human emotions go. That pit is where the human emotions went to. That big giant pit. So that was something that was quite interesting to learn about the situation with Hanako. And it seems like Hanako, he seems to be the embodiment of all those people that died, all those masters that died, lost their human emotions since 2,000 years. For 2,000 years, that pit has been building up with human emotions, and all of it's been negative emotions. And it seems like Hanako, he seems to be the embodying the essence of those people in the pits. Like, the build-up emotions of 2,000 years of those people. He seems like to be an embodiment of those people, because it's quite obvious during the scene when he was trying, after figuring out a plan defeating the Master, how to defeat the Master and Robin Hood. First up, Rena, unfortunately, they were driving on her bike, motorcycle, and unfortunately she got shot down. But she did die. She didn't die, but she got shot down and told Hanako to carry on. You leave me behind, go and kill the Master. But Hanako was like distraught seeing her covered in blood, and he was trying to figure out what to do. And suddenly voices started coming in his head. And those voices, I can definitely tell you, those are the voices of the Masters, not just on this floor, but the Masters that Hanako has the emotions inside from other Masters that died. Those are the emotions he had in there. And they're all trying to convince him, just abandon them to defeat the Master. You must defeat the Master. And he noticed that is not the way I should do things, even though it's a strategy, and I'm talking about in a military strategy force. It was the better option they were in a good position where he could have just left them. He could have just left them to fight Nero and Rina. He just left them to stay there for pretty much for dead, and he could go out and possibly defeat Master. But Hanako really realized that was not the right way to do things. And soon or later, he awakened to his power again. Now, the thing is, we do see now how his power somewhat works, or how it's used. We do now see, compared to the last time we saw it, we didn't really see it, we only saw a glimpse of it, but we never really saw Hanako use that power in general. Now, first up, the first thing is, you guys know he turns black. Hanako turns completely black during that transformation. Now, at first, when we saw him do that, I thought that's just representing his emotions that he's going through, and the reason why that black sort of situation, when he turned black the first time he used it, I thought that could be just the inner emotions, his inner spirit reacting, and that could not be actually the way he looks when he goes into that form. But then, obviously, when this episode came out, we actually see it. Oh, that is actually his form he takes on. He uses this power he awakens, which I feel like it involves the embodiment of the emotions of the people that are within him. So that could be something in, because after all, from what I know, he is meant to be a NPC himself, if I remember correct. I might be wrong, but I'm just saying that he's definitely the embodiment of those Masters' feelings and emotions, and this is the reason why he's able to use his power. This power again is from the emotions and feelings of the people who've been rotting in that pit for 2,000 years. So obviously that's maybe the why Hanako has have these powers. Now he does also, it looks like he starts to remember again. We also see some memory sequences in this episode of what Hanako remembers from his last battles he had, because obviously we all know that he died before in previous battles. He died before and he got revived previous times in battle. Now we see Hanako. You know this with Hanako. We see in these flashbacks with the old man Master. He's been doing this for again 2,000 years. He's been killing these Masters for 2,000 years, and he seems not to be aware of it. And even in the end, I think he's fully aware of it, but it looks like he wasn't. It's hard to say. But just gotta say, this was interesting to see how he, just seeing, how Hanako uses his power. Just seeing how Hanako uses his power. That is quite interesting how he uses his power. Now, let's get into Nero. Nero, my girl, I've gotta say this. She's OP as fuck. She's OP as fuck. She's got a similar ability to Hercules, Berserker from Fate Stay Night. She's got a similar ability to Hercules. Not just her noble phantasm that brings forth this stadium, this theatre room. Not just her freaking sword, but she also has a similar ability to Berserker, to Hercules. Because it seems like no matter how many times she's supposed to die, she can revive herself. And seems like she has a 3 times limit. She can revive herself 3 times, compared to with Hercules, which was 12 times. He can revive himself 12 times, while she seems to have the ability to revive 3 times. Which, again, it's like 6 points off. No, not 6 points. No, yeah, 9 points off to what Hercules had. Now, we do find out one condition to this is that the reason why she has this ability, because obviously, if you know Neo's legend, she, after going through, losing pretty much everything she had, losing the respect of the people, she decided to commit suicide by slitting her throat, for everybody who don't fully know her legend. I still don't fully know her legend that well, but I do know that she went through a bit of despair, obviously, because to commit suicide you need to go through some form of depression and despair. But I do know that it involves the people, her people, because she's an empress. She's an empress of Rome, for I know. She obviously people lost respect for her, and she got exercised and stuff. And obviously she felt a lot of depression, and to get rid of that, obviously, and to, you can say, redeem her failure, she obviously slit her throat. And that is pretty much the reason why she got the ability to use her noble phantasm, because she again, she has the ability to revive herself 3 times, because the reason why she can revive herself 3 times is only if her body is still intact. If her body is still intact, she can revive herself 3 times. But her body must be intact. So if her head gets chopped off, it looks like she won't be able to revive. She's instantly dead. She's instantly dead. But if she gets like a poison wound, or like a slit, like a cut slit, that's supposed to usually kill someone, she will not die, because her body is still technically intact. It's not cut into pieces. So it seems like there is, again, some limited, compared to Hercules, she has a bit more of a weaker revival, ability compared to Hercules. But, again, it's similar to Hercules, it's that unless she only can revive herself if it's not from a decapitation move. If it's not decapitated, unless it maybe, obviously, it's going to be hard for you to die from losing an arm, so obviously she can repair that. But if she's her head gets chopped off, or she gets chopped into pieces, obviously she can't revive from that. So that's something we do find out about Neo. Especially that, we now found out how Robin Hood's noble phantasm works. It seems like it works in 2 steps. First up, he must hit a poison arrow on Neo. He must hit a poison arrow on Neo. The next, he uses his other noble phantasm that once he makes contact with Neo would explode. She would explode. But the thing is, the poison must stay inside of her. The poison must stay inside of her. But what Neo ends up deciding is bleed out. Because of her ability to revive herself 3 times, obviously she can sacrifice one of those lives she has until it regenerates again. Because I take it like Hercules, she will regenerate her lives again. Or possibility it might be permanent. You don't fully know how Neo's ability, that part of her noble phantasm works. We don't know how that noble phantasm of hers is going to work still. Possibly it can regenerate how, again, Hercules did after waiting for a certain amount of time, he would get those 12 lives back. But with Neo, we don't know if it's only a temporary revival, and that she can only revive 3 times, and she can only revive those 3 times, and they can't regenerate. So maybe she only has 2 lives left. But pretty much what she did, she sacrificed one of those lives she's supposed to lose to bleed out all the poison that Robin Hood gave her, and because and because of that, actually bleed out all the poison. The double phantasm of the other normal phantasm that Robin Hood released didn't activate properly and didn't make her explode. So she was able to reflect the arrow that was pointing at her, that was shot at her, and she was able to reflect it with her Nova Phantasm and defeat Robin Hood. And then afterwards, after winning against the Master and Robin Hood, Hanako and Neo was able to succeed and then go on to the next floor. Now, we do find out that Renna, unfortunately, even though the floor was supposed to disappear, Renna didn't want to leave. As you guys know, Renna never wanted to leave. And Hanako, when Nero tells Hanako you do know that she didn't want to leave. She didn't want to leave the Fallen Masters here. They accepted that and they left Renna behind, who is glad that she finally got a chance to see the star she's been looking for, which is, of course, Hanako. And then after that, they went into the ladder, they went to the elevator room to go to the next floor. And Renna was there, pretty much left there to pretty much die, but that was from her own decision. That is what she wanted. And that's what Hanako respected. He respected her decision and to stay there, and he, of course, left. So, you know, even though he didn't want to, he respected her decision that she wanted to stay here, and that's what he did. He left her there, and of course, she's now disappearing with the floor. Now, after the ending song, Rin was there. And Neo and Hanako were both like, what you're doing here? They're pretty much just saying, what you're doing here? They're just wondering, why the hell? Where have you been? They're pretty much just saying, where the hell have you been? Why are you here? They pretty much asked that question to her, and the episodes pretty much ended saying, with her just saying, Yaho. She pretty much just said, she ends with the saying Yaho, and just gotta say, that was funny, the way it ended. She just said Yaho. Pretty much like, I'm here. Oh, yeah. Hello again. She pretty much just saying, yeah, I'm here. So what? Because she pretty much says, that's what she's pretty much saying. And I said, I'm still wondering, how the fuck is Rin's, possibility, no matter what ladder they're on, they're still on the same ladder. This ladder they're in, obviously because it looks the same, the room always looks the same. So there's possibility that all this time she was staying inside the ladder. She was still in this room she was in. She just unfortunately didn't get out in time, and she got trapped in there until Hanako obviously won the battle. That could be the case. And this could be the reason why she wasn't on the second floor, because all this time she was still in the ladder. She was still inside the ladder room. So that could be the case. But obviously I might be fully wrong about that, and this could be a completely different one, or it could be the same one, but she was outside the room. But it's confusing. But they pretty much just saying, what are you doing here? That's what they're pretty much saying. Pretty much saying why she was there. And the episode ends with that. We're just saying Yaho. And it ends with that. And I've got to say, that made me laugh. That made me laugh when she said that. When Rin said Yaho, it was so funny. I don't know why it made me laugh, but it just did. Well, she's my wife. Well, obviously I'm going to laugh at anything she does. But, yeah, in the end, that's how the episode ends. And I pretty much enjoyed it. The episode was quite interesting. Learning about how Hanako's powers work. He seems to have been the embodiment of the emotions of those people that died in the pit for 2,000 years. And that was quite interesting to learn about. And just seeing how his power actually works. Just seeing how his power actually works. That is something to be good about, because we didn't see it last time. The first time we saw it, we didn't see how it works. But now we finally saw how it works. And I've got to say, it's quite interesting. It's just pretty much an over berserking mode. He goes to an over berserk mode. Which, he's not berserk. He's not berserk, he's still conscious, but he does get a powerful speed and power up. He gets a power up that changes his form, it makes him look berserked, but even though he's still conscious. So that's quite something we learn about. So that's quite interesting. Now, animation definitely good. Shaft, you did well. The animation looked good. I don't think I saw any problems there. I will say that for the quality, I think maybe it's a teeny bit lower than the other episodes. But again, those episodes had bigger scenes, they had bigger background, they had bigger fights going on compared to the fight between Honoko and his master and against Nero against Robin Hood. I will say that, that the animation was was perfect for this scene. For those scenes, I would definitely say that. Just not as great of animation as it was with the pirate episode, the pirate ship battle episode that had better animation, I'll say. But compared to what the type of fighting they were going through, the animation for this episode was definitely a lot better. Definitely the animation we would expect from this kind of battle scene. Now, I will say, and I will say this. So far in this series, this has been the closest to what I would expect from a Holy Grail War fight, or what I would expect from a fight between the Master and the Servant. Now, except for Fate Zero, well, even Fate Zero's fight scene, Master and Servant fighting, wasn't too much of what you would expect. But I will say, from a spin-off Fate series, this episode was the closest I've ever seen to what I would have expected from a proper Master and Servant versus battle, like a proper Holy Grail battle. This is what I would have expected from a proper Holy Grail battle. That's what I'm just saying right now. For a spin-off series, this was the closest thing I ever saw to what I would have expected from a proper Servant Master fighting against another Servant Master. This is what I would have expected. A proper battle. And so that's what I'm giving props that they made this battle seem more like a proper legit Holy Grail battle compared to what the other Fate series have done. So I'm just saying that that's what it looked like to me, and I will say good props Fate Extra. You did well that battle. And yeah, that's all I've got to say. Anyway guys, that's my anime review to Fate Extra Last Encore, Episode 5. Hope guys, look up on Chalgrove, stay for guys want to send them out, down below. My address is there, and yeah. And also guys, if you guys want to help me on Patreon, my Patreon's down there as well. And also guys, if you guys want to follow me on Facebook and Instagram, go to those websites, search my name, you find me there. Just type in Connor Travis or Connor Travis 1998 at Connor Travis 1998. You'll able to find me there. You're able to find me there on Instagram. Just find me there and follow me and stuff. And yeah. Anyway guys, hope you guys okay. Come and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye guys.